Good evening, everyone. It's Victor Alpha 3 India Mike Whiskey once again. Hello and welcome to another edition of the Lake Ontario Radio Club Net here in Hamilton, Ontario. We're going to be monitoring a local repeater known as VA3ZOE on a frequency of 443.075. This net meets 5 times a week, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday on this repeater. And on Thursday, we're on a simplex frequency of 446.000. And we're waiting for our net controller to pick up the net. A few seconds left before the clock actually flips over to 7 p.m. Our net controller tonight is Noel. His call sign is VE3KDT. And there we go. It's 7 p.m. VE3KDT, VA3IMW. Good evening, Noel. It's time to make your big appearance.
VA3KDT. Oh my gosh. Well, I just broadcasted that out to Simplex channel, so let me try that again.
Here we go.
Okay, that really threw a wrench in things. All right, attention all stations. This is the Lake Ontario Radio Club Net for Tuesday, April 29th. We meet on this repeater every Saturday through Tuesday and on Simplex at 446-125 on Thursdays. I am VE3KDT. My name is Noel, and at this time I'll start by taking in check-ins from any mobile or time-sensitive stations.
He's doing a super job.
Okay, nothing heard. Open up to all stations, anyone, anywhere, as long as you got a valid call sign. The VA3CJZ. Hello.
VA3IMW.
I got VA3CJZ and VA3IMW, but I did hear someone else in there too. VA3 Okay, let's go for the top of the list. VA3CJZ, how are you?
Hey, good evening, Noel, and all on net, and everyone watching on YouTube. Congratulations on your very first run at Net Controller for the Lake Ontario Radio Club. You're doing great so far. You sound nice and relaxed. And I tell you, I almost saw a flying trampoline today, man. It was so windy in my neck of the woods. Crazy stuff. Didn't get all that wet stuff they were calling for, but that's okay. Anyways, Noel, I just made a contact with a brand new entity / country in French Polynesia called Austral Islands, spelled AUSTRAL. And they're going to be running a de-expedition. This is in French Polynesia in the South Pacific, and it's a de-expedition, and they'll be running it, I think, until May 7th, I think. Anyways, the call sign is Tango X-Ray 9 Alpha. So if you guys see that and you hear them, try and get in with them. Anyhow, Noel, I'll send it back to you, sir. How are you doing?
Wow, I'm doing pretty good. Same thing. Got a little bit blown around here. Couldn't believe how actual warm it was. So rather than try and tinker with my antenna out in the wind, I decided to look at the outlets and electrical upgrades that I have to do to get all my air conditioners running without blowing the breaker all the time.
I hear you. We've got a window shaker here in the kitchen, and if you run the microwave on high power for more than 30 seconds, you're going to have to run down to the basement and reset the breaker. So you got to always remember to turn off the AC or put it on fan while we use the air conditioner. But I actually had it on today. Just so the food in the kitchen doesn't go stale. The wife was wearing her house coat there, showing me that she was cold. So I didn't put it on for very long. But yeah, I got up to like 28 over here at my location because I've got one of those sensors that reads the temperature down here in the basement from outside. And I also have a traditional thermometer, and they both read the same temperature. That's how I know how accurate they are. So within a degree, of course. Back to you.
Well, thank you so much. And if anyone who knew me well realized that I was confidently talking about the weather, they would probably say that I was lying. But actually, surprisingly, interesting enough. No, I only know the temperature just because I've been sweating, but that might also be nerves. So, anyways, thank you for your check-in, and unless you had any other traffic, I will pass off to the next caller.
Well, that's good for me, Noel. I'll sit back and listen and enjoy the net. Back to you.
Okay, that brings us to VA3IMW. Come on in.
You can go ahead and take Al first. He may be dinner time sensitive.
Well, not a problem. VA3 NFL. Al, come on in.
Always dinner time sensitive. That's been a wild day up here. This wind, that's the worst it's ever been in 20 some odd years. The kids' playhouse out front of the house, they went flying over the neighbors. The wind got that. Put it behind the house and looked back and jammed at the kids' playhouse. That's got to be 100 pounds. 10 feet in the air. It was sideways. I think, holy hell, what the hell? But other than that, my antennas survived, so that's always a good thing.
Yeah, there's some craziness around here. Saw a sun umbrella go flying, and it was also our garbage day, so that made for quite the mess. But I managed to take care of it. I was worried more about the lightning that they were calling for. Figured I might recharge my battery to about 10,000% in about 5 seconds. But thankfully that hasn't happened.
Yeah, I hear you there. It's been an interesting day. The wind's finally calmed down out here. A little bit of sun, but nothing. I want to go sit up front end, but yeah. Tomorrow I'll go out back and see how much damage there is. So not happy about that, but hey, it is what it is. VA3IMW, back to net.
Thank you for that. Sorry, my segues need work, I guess. VA3IMW, come on in.
Good evening, Noel, and everybody on net and YouTube. Just a quick reminder, we are live streaming the net. So take a poke at YouTube, stick in my call sign in the search box, VA3IMW, and scroll down until you see that big red sticker that says live. And here we are. This is Tuesday, April 29th. Pretty soon, April's going to be in the rear view mirror and we can have some May flowers. Anyways, you're doing a super job, Noel. Very good. You let Chuck get away without throwing a plug in for the A-Reg. So let me see if I can pick it up for him. The Amateur Radio Exchange Group, the longest running simplex net in the Hamilton Dundas area. And our host, VA3CJZ, looking forward to some entertaining facts and figures and some trivia to make everybody's day go by quick. The high point of the week is Hump Day because we know it's A-Reg, and we certainly appreciate all the work and research that Chuck puts into it. And then we also, if we have a chance, pop in and say hello to Chris and the guys over at the Burlington Amateur Radio Club on the RSB repeaters at 7:30. I forgot to mention that the A-Reg is at 8 o'clock. Runs from 8 till 10 p.m.-ish. Anyways, keep up the good work there, lad. I think you're a natural. Yes, windy. Nice to see it's died down a little bit. Didn't lose anything here today. I don't think any more fence boards can blow off the fence. And a quick hello to Guy online, as well as Larry, VE3LBI. And I think that's about it. And before this goes beep, beep, and timeout, I'll turn it back to you, Noel.
Well, thank you very much for the kind words and the plug as well. I'm actually a little bit disappointed you didn't drop the repeater today, but I was counting it down. I did have Chuck's simplex net in my script there, but I was wondering if it was going to be confusing with the Lake Ontario Radio Club part there. But I guess we can work it all in, and then I think I also, from what I have, the reg chew on Friday is also not particularly listed, but also we are agreed for that.
Absolutely. There's so many nets and so little time. Speaking of which, that wonderfully arranged net list that you prepared, I did go through and critique it, and I had meant to mention that the D-Star net seems no longer to be a thing. I think that's Thursday at 8 p.m. and it's listed as 442.700, which is the YYZ repeater. It is the YYZ repeater is still functioning, but it's functioning as a standalone D-Star repeater. It's not hooked up to the interweb, and therefore you can't make connections with other internet linked repeaters around the world, which is really one of the big drawing points of D-Star. It's another digital thing that allows repeaters to talk to one another. So it kind of like all the other digital systems that have been developed by different radio manufacturers. So we can probably stroke the D-Star repeater, the D-Star net off on the list. And then I'm going to start handing out the link to that folder so that the other guys in the neighboring communities can throw a link on their websites and stuff like that. So thanks again, Noel, for doing that work. I really appreciate it.
Not a problem. We can certainly update that if you wanted to take it on as be the contact or whatever else, or anyone else wants to do it. access, but I have no problem changing that myself. I've looked a little bit into the different, D-Star, All-Star, all the different ones, and that the interconnectivity is a little bit weird as far as I understand it right now, but wouldn't mind tinkering a bit with that. I had this idea of an All-Star node, and my current base station has crossband repeat abilities, so it could be possible to do an internet link if that's ever necessary for anyone wanting to do that. But thank you for that, and I guess unless you had any final, I will throw another call out.
Yeah, I'm sure people are tired of hearing about me. So go ahead, Noel, and see who else is waiting in the wings.
All right. Okay. Any calls? Any stations? Come on in.
Victor Echo 3, Lima Bravo, India.
VA3 Whiskey Papa Golf.
Okay. 2 more stations heard. VA3. Elvia. Larry, come on in.
Yep, thanks, Noel. You're doing a good job there. Sound like you're a natural, like Max said there. I go downtown this morning for a medical appointment down by the St. Joe's, and I had to park a little bit, not too far away, but man, the wind. The worst part was, it was the garbage that was blowing around down there. It was unbelievable. Bags and all kinds of stuff. It was just, you were ducking trying to get any place. It was just a mess down there. I couldn't believe how dirty it was.
Yeah, hopefully it's gotten nice cleaned up in that. I didn't have to fare the horrible traffic or anything else that way, but no, definitely been crazy. And hopefully, I don't know, haven't heard any problems or anything else as far as damages too much. I hope everyone's antennas are doing well and no one has to go fix their gear.
Well, so far my understanding, so I hope everybody else's is too, like you said. It was just, well, I got about 32 mile an hour wind peak here today. It was averaging around 24 miles an hour, so it's not as strong as we've had up here. I think, I forget how many years ago, quite a few years ago, probably 8 or 9 years ago, we had one storm come through and we had 65 mile an hour winds. It was just horrendous.
Yeah, we're actually in a really weird spot for that. I know we can potentially get earthquakes have happened before, and then that little corridor I've been out in the farms and that out towards Simcoe, all the tobacco farms, and damn near tornadoes and that have rolled right through. So yeah, it's a doozy out there. And yeah, sorry. Again, my segues need work. So yeah, do you have anything else other to add as well?
Nope, that's it, Noel. Thanks for doing it, and we're listening along to the end there. So I'm sitting on YouTube there, as Mac mentioned. So, okay, very good. You're doing a good job. I'm going to listen along. VA3IMW clear.
Okay, well, I was getting tongue-tied. There's more I needed to drink there. So that brings us to VA3WPG. Chris, come on in.
Hey, everybody, VA3WPG. I guess as on Sunday, I mentioned I couldn't find the cable to my radio I can't remember if I lost it at Salt Fleet. I know I did a walk around. Don't recall opening my bag in Wade's car. And then I dumped my POTA stuff on the floor here, getting my wire antenna out and stuff. And then when I went to clean up and I repacked everything away, I couldn't find the radio power cord for my cable. So I was talking about that on Sunday. And then the next day, I got a notification from Amazon that the cable that I was talking about goes on sale for 20% off. So yeah, the internet is listening. Yeah, so I got another one. Doesn't seem as high quality as the other one, so but it'll do the job. So I'm just trying to find out, track down where I bought that other one from, see if I can get that same one again. It's just doesn't make sense where the hell that thing went.
But other than that, that's it. Got the new cable, so I just got to throw some Anderson connectors on it and good to go. So other than that, VA3, WPG, everybody have a good evening and back to net.
Okay, well, one and done there. It's, yeah, no, so it was the clips, I guess, going into your radio there, because you were talking about your Anderson connectors, I was going to say. If it's something else that can be quickly thrown on, can definitely do a solder or something else like that, but sounds like you got it all taken care of. Well, thank you for your check-in, sir, and glad you're doing well. Brings me right to the end of the list here, so if there's any other check-ins, anyone else want to come say hi? Do so now.
VA3
VA3 Michael Del Victor.
Okay, two more stations heard. VA3, NFG, come on in.
Good evening, Noel. I just remembered you're doing the net there, so I had to turn it on and check in. Yeah, pretty windy today. I couldn't believe the wind. It seemed to settle down now. But, yeah, everything in my yard was, like, blown everywhere. Lots of those big potters that we got, you know, the big heavy ones that you think would never blow down. Well, they did. I don't know how strong the wind was, but it was pretty windy today. So, but anyway, I'm just wondering, I want to put the question out there. Has anybody had any luck or know somebody that has used one of those MSJ 1026 noise canceling units? If so, do they work? And I'll just leave it there for now. Back to next control there, Noel, V3KDP, VA300.
Okay, I guess we'll let's throw that out there. Does anyone have an answer for the question?
VA3IMW. Is that what they call the QRM eliminator?
I just quickly Googled one there, and MSJ makes one. Yeah, they call it a noise canceller or interference canceller or something like that. I was starting to watch some videos on it to see, you know, because they do testing videos with it. But I think that's really if you've got like a hum or some kind of an AC issue there. Yeah, I don't know. I thought Chuck VA3 CJZ had one at one time. Whether or not he still has it, or maybe I've got it wrong and somebody else bought it. But I think Paul VE3 Papa Delta Lima had one at one time, and he sold it to one of us. I'm just not sure who got it.
Yeah, okay. The QRM eliminator, I have one of those. And it's actually it actually connects two different antennas, and it helps tune the second antenna out of phase so that it counters the noise that's coming in with your signal. It's somewhat effective. And you can adjust the gain from both your primary antenna and your listening antenna. But that's to note background noise. Sometimes you think it's effective, and other times it just diminishes the receive gain. So I'm not sure if this is the same unit or not. Why don't you bring in Chuck and see if he recalls what you're talking about? I'll take a standby. No, I'll turn it back to you to control.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm just kind of following along here. Chuck, VA3
VA3 CJZ. Steve, I did receive one from someone, and I used it, it worked, but the thing is, with the 857, I had to give up the use of my auto tuner, and I didn't feel like putting the manual tuner back in line. But I did try it without the tuner. What it does is it uses the plug-in at the back where the tuner plugs in. These radios, the 857s, are a little bit unique. But I think you might be thinking about Mark, for Mark's situation. I would do some research on the ones that sell well, that have a high response to them in the ads and in the reviews. I mean, lots of reviews, positive reviews, and but they do work. And Mac is right. You use two antennas, and so I'll send it back to you.
Yeah, okay. I've seen on the video there's like a little short 6-inch like antenna sticking out the back of it that phases the noise out. I really not sure the how exactly that works, but yeah, I was just poking around and seeing if anybody has any experience with that. So do you still have yours?
Yep, put away, but yep.
Okay, all right. Well, we're going to try a few other things yet, and but the options are starting to get limited there. So I don't know how you feel about maybe giving it up as a loaner, just to see if it solves the issue, because it's a few bucks to buy it, only to find out it's not going to work for our situation.
Oh yeah, absolutely, Steve. I'll dig it out, and I'll text you or send you a message somehow, get a hold of you, and you can have to swing by here to pick it up.
Yeah, no problem. No problem there. I appreciate that, and I'm sure Mark appreciates that. And I think he's next up on the Tuesday night Lake Ontario Radio Club check-in. So we'll leave it there for now, and we're going to try a couple other things yet. I'm thinking maybe it's too much wire. I mean, it is up in the air quite high. Like, I don't know, these end-fed wire antennas, are they really good up that high? A lot of guys run them like 3 feet off the ground. Maybe they're susceptible to a lot of interference or so. But anyway, all right, very good. Thanks, Chuck, and we'll take a standby and send it back to Net Control. This is VA3IMW.
Yeah, one last thing there, Steve. It seems to me like you might be getting an extremely good receive as well, along with that high noise. I went through that myself, and the receive is awesome, but you got to sacrifice the high noise floor. Back to Net Control.
Hey, not a problem. Glad the conversation was going good. Sorry I couldn't add to it or provide any info, but I'm glad that some help things have been going on there. All right, if there, I guess we'll go down to VA3IMW Mark.
Yes, good evening, Noel, and everyone on net. As you're well aware, we're working out antenna issues here. Steve and I went out to the park today and tried the radio. Works really well. We were getting out pretty good with just a little pocket belling and about 67 feet, we figure. And we were getting out and hearing guys in the States and made some contacts and stuff. So radio works fine. Just too much noise and pickup in this environment here. So just trying to sort that out. I put 10 chokes on tonight, but nothing's changed.
Yeah, I hear you there. I actually thought I was doing stuff wrong with my setup at first as well too. And then I brought it all out to the park during one of the photo activations and realized it's just where everything is sitting at the house in my location. Just being out in the field makes all the difference. So yeah, whatever you can do to improve it at your house. If you come up with any good ideas, I'm in a townhouse here, so I'm limited by what I can do and how permanent I can make things. So I'm always open for suggestions.
Copy that. We're running off of lithium, so I don't think we're picking up noise from the AC power supply in the house. It's signal noise.
Comment.
Go ahead.
Yeah, VA3CJ said, hey Mark, don't forget if you're in a building, there's a lot of juice running through there, a lot of electrical stuff that may not be up to date, and that might be part of your problem. I know I live very close to Ottawa Street, as well as the Center Mall, which generates a lot of power and that kind of thing. So you got to keep those things in mind. But anyways, that's my comment. Back to you, Noel.
Oh, thanks for that. Actually, you kind of got me started on it too. I'm just going to throw it out there, but has anyone actually played with any of the mag loop antennas? Because from what I've heard, that would eliminate a lot of these noisy area issues. If I'm right, or yeah, I'm just totally in left field.
Well, Noel, antenna, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, the mag loops picking up on rather like to get around all the extra noise in the city.
Pierre ran one.
Oh, okay. Well, how did he do with it?
Well, I know he had one, but he got rid of it. Didn't like it for some reason.
Yeah, the only thing I know about them is they're very, very narrow banded. I was thinking about tinkering and playing with one, but I mean that's on my list. That's 3 pages tall. And actually, I am terribly sorry there. Took it away from you there, Mark. I'll throw it back to you.
No, that's fine. I'm all ears. Just curious to hear suggestions and everybody's knowledge, because that's what we need right now. Hold on. One article here. Is anybody familiar with the Sigma SEHF fiberglass vertical? 1 kilowatt fiberglass. I was wondering if I get something up above the roof line, maybe technically on top of the building. It's got its own built-in ballon in a box on the bottom of the mount, so maybe that would be the ticket to get up above all this interference. There's a lot of hydro lines around here, both front and back.
Well, I'm going to have to rely on everyone else for that as the noob in the area. So, again, anyone?
VA3IMW.
VA3IMW, come on in.
Okay. So, Mark, I'm not sure if you're an apartment or a house or a condo or what the case is, but the city areas where we've got power lines above ground, that's one problem. A lot of copper harvesters have been out and about, and when they clip and steal the grounds from the hydro poles, there's a good way of generating RF, and that's going to give you some nasty interference. So old transformers missing ground connections, neighbors with LED lights, neighbors with grow lights, wall warts, otherwise known as chargers, plasma TVs, any of the above can generate RF interference, and you don't have to be plugged into an AC power outlet in order to conduct that noise to your radio system. Getting an antenna up above may potentially work, but I guess it really depends on where that noise is coming from and how it's propagating towards your radio. So things to look for. Obviously, before I spent a lot of money on throwing up a big antenna on the roof, you probably want to get access up there with a temporary system so you can listen and see whether that noise is already up there, because you certainly don't want to put a decent antenna up in the middle of a place where you're going to get more of the same. Anyways, it sounds like you're neck deep in the hobby. Yeah, but it reminds me of a story my dad told me about a man that jumped into a puddle and was up to his ankles, but he didn't say which end he hit on.
Okay. Thank you for that. Mark, did you have anything to add, questions or anything else?
Just that, yeah, Steve's been relaying all of these kind of thoughts to me and checked yes to all those boxes. We got, wooden pole hydro lines out the front of the building in about 4 levels. They're old and antiquated. The houses behind, I'm on the 7th floor of an apartment house, so the houses behind have exposed hydro lines on poles. There's utility and cable and telephone all running across the back of the lot. It's just, I was wondering how high in the air all that RF energy goes or how it radiates when it's coming off them. I got a wire extended out right now about 100 feet. Seems okay, but we're getting tons of noise. Thinking a different style antenna, but also, I can't get on the roof. I asked for permission. That was denied, of course, because, they're not letting some random tenant on the roof, even though he's health and safety certified and would wear fall arrest. And I told him that didn't seem to make much difference. So why would it, right? Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of experimentation and trial and elimination here, and hopefully we find something that works.
All right. So when you were out at the park today, were you at Salt Fleet or another nice quiet spot? How did everything perform while you were out there? Did you still have that noise to deal with, or was things nice and quiet?
Steve was with me. It was pretty reasonable. All we had was one of those little pocket bombs, 49 to 1 and about a 67-foot wire. Just strung it up quickly. And it was pretty quiet, and we were getting out, and we were hearing guys, and we were checking in the nets, and we made some photo contacts, and it was normal. It was pretty good, and I was pleased.
Comment. Yeah, come on. Go ahead.
VA3CJZ. Mark, do you have a preamp on that radio? And if so, I would suggest turning that off when you're running the HF bands, the noisy bands. Maybe some of them are more quieter than others. But do you have a receive amp built into that radio? QSL there. Yeah, there is one built in. We tried it on and off. We tried the attenuator on and off. There's a lot of settings, and I'm still learning them. But yeah, the preamp is not activated. And I've tried it both ways, of course. But yeah, it's just going to be some experimentation, trial and error, I guess.
I just saw here too, Reed in the chat, VA3IMW. All the thoughts for noise mitigation.
The antenna is set up where it is. So that's what I've done, because I was the same when I first started. I was like, oh my God, why is this so static? Like S9 or 10 over S9, and I learned to live with it. And you tweak the radio, you turn the receive amp off, and so on. And
troubles with the first party of their check. And not sure who won it, but it might be a little confusing. I'm sorry.
Nobody won.
VA3IMW.
VA3IMW.
Yeah, okay, VA3MHV, VA3MG. Yeah, so you're running with the preamp off. Can you run it with the attenuator on? Because that may dampen. Well, it's supposed to dampen the receive, like make it not as sensitive, right? So I don't know if that will cut down any of the noise, and then you can, finesse the RF gain a little bit, and hopefully hear somebody out there.
VA3NFG, VA3MHV. Yeah, I'll play around with the settings some more, Steve, and get the book out and get more familiar with it. And I don't know, I might rework this wire and try and point it in a different direction, get away from, because right now we're 90 degrees to the, you know what, so we'll get it parallel and as far away from them as I can, maybe. We'll give it a whirl. Let's just keep playing with it.
Hey guys. I'm not sure if anyone's still there. Wade had input about the orientation of the antenna. Well, he's saying a lot of times that it's polarized. Depending on the source, you might want to change your horizontal or vertical. Not sure if you guys were touching on that. I'm just relaying what he's saying too, so take that as you will.
Is Wade on the chat or is he on the net?
Yeah, sorry. Wade, VA3MCA is on the chat on YouTube there, and there's at the bottom of my list. I will throw another call. Throw another check for call signs. If I'm not sure if he's near the radio or not.
Victor Alpha 3, Bravo Tango.
Victor Echo 3, India Uniform Kilowatt.
Two more stations heard. Bravo Tango, come on in.
Hey, good evening, Noel, and everybody on frequency. Hey, thanks for doing the net there. I was like, oh, who's that doing? Oh, that's Noel. Not too much on my end here, just the general check and a bean for the pot this evening. We'll hand it back over to you there, Noel. VA3BT.
Well, thank you very much for your check-in. Not sure if it was that noticeable because of my voice or just how sketchy it is. But either way, thank you for the check-in and much appreciated. VA3UK, come on in.
Yeah, good evening, Noel. Thanks for making up the net. Nothing much here. Just sounds like you're doing a good job, so carry on.
Again, thank you very much. And brings us back to the bottom of the list again. So any other check-ins? Come now. Okay. So did anyone have any other questions, comments? I know we're deep into the whole antenna talk. Not sure how else that could be served with this, or just wait till we close the net up.
Great job, Noel. VA3CJZ.
Okay. Well, then I will throw out the last call for anyone, and before I shut her down.
Comment? MHP?
VA3MHV, come on in.
Appreciate you doing the net, Noel, and thank you to everybody for your input. I appreciate that. We'll just keep working away at it here. We'll get it figured out. Thanks for doing it, Noel. VA3 Michael Del Victor.
And not a problem. I know myself, we're always trying to help out and see if there's anything we can do, and I love a good problem. So don't know anything, it's kind of interesting to learn about it. So thank you for that. Okay, that was, again, yeah, any last call?
VA3, Foxtrot Bravo Charlie.
VA3, Foxtrot, Bravo, Charlie, come on in.
Hey, thank you for doing the net. Just wanted to do a quick last call, and I guess 7-3 at the same time.
Not a problem, thank you for your check-in. I don't have a full list, I got a bunch of numbers here, I gotta add it up, but thank you all for wonderful turnout tonight. And brings me back again to the last call. Anyone? Okay, no further check-ins. Again, thank you for all the kind words. It's been a pleasure doing it. I will bring this net to a close. Just want to send a thank you to Terry, VA3IMW for the use of the repeater, and back to regular amateur radio use. VA3KBT, standing by after a short washer break.
Well, that was super. That's Noel's first net. He did a super duper job. Now we just got to get him hooked on doing it every Tuesday night. The method behind our madness. Anyways, thank you all for your check-ins on YouTube as well. And good evening, Wade. See you poking around there as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And feel free to check in with us on Thursday night, where we'll be on 446.025 in simplex. For the time being, 7 3s. That's how we say goodbye.